If you want to learn how to work VoxleSniper, keep on watching. VoxleSniper is a plugin that I use very often, and I know a lot of people that don't know how to use it correctly, so I thought I would make a tutorial. One thing to note before I go into this tutorial is, unlike World Edit, VoxleSniper uses two tools. We have the gunpowder and the arrow. Say that we are doing something as wrecking with this plugin. Say that you put that on the arrow, the gunpowder would do the exact opposite and build. So just keep that in mind. So for every brush that you type in and use, the other one is just for quick use that you can do the opposite. Say that you're forming a mountain and you accidentally built up a little bit too much, you can use the counterpart to reverse whatever you were doing. One additional thing is that this tutorial will be focused on terrain. I'll do a little bit on how I do my organics with VoxleSniper, but this is mainly on terrain, because in my opinion, VoxleSniper is mostly used for terrain. So I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so starting off here, we have a little mountain, little hill here that I built with ball brushes. I just used the command /B space B, and then I did /B space my block, which here is 57, and then I did /B space my size, and I used a very small size for this. I believe I used 3. And if you guys were wondering, which you're probably not, but a few people out there were wondering, 57 is in fact diamond block, and I just use that because it has a really gridded outline, so that it's really easy to see how things can be messed up or made to look better. This little hill is very rough, and we want to smooth it out and make it look really nice to make it look like actual terrain. But we need to do this first so that we can build up the layers and get the shape that we want, and then we can go in with the blend ball and smooth it out. Using the blend ball, which the command is /B space BB, we smoothed out the terrain and made it look really nice. What's really cool about this command is it knows what looks nice and what doesn't, well, most of the time. Just make sure you don't overdo it or it might look too uniform, and I would say that this hill is starting to go there, but I feel like it's fine for the purposes of this video. The ball way is a really good way to make terrain, but in my opinion, this way also works really well, and it also just depends on what kind of terrain you're making. Here, instead of using balls, I use cylinders. The command for this is /B space C. By the way, if you guys are wondering, I'll leave all the commands below. So what I did here is I did like I did before, and I just equipped it onto my gunpowder and I started placing around. Fun thing to note about using ball, square, or even cylinder commands is that no matter what brush you use, if you're using the gunpowder or the arrow, it'll do the same thing, so it doesn't matter. And one thing to note, especially when using the blend ball, is that you can actually G-mask and it'll mask the entire thing, because normally the blend ball will wreck the blocks below you, so if you want to G-mask, that will also work really well. One thing to note, if you G-mask, is for some reason, at least for me, VoxleSniper does not let me build anything with a G-mask, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so typically when someone does a technique like this, they do one extra step before smoothing it out. So if you have the blend ball, you have the arrow which smooths, and then the gunpowder has to do something. So here the gunpowder actually builds, and it just fills in a lot of the cracks between everything, and it just makes it a lot easier to smooth. Also, if you're doing organics, it's a good way to start building out your legs, or little parts like the forearm or something like that if you're doing human organics. This is just a good way to kind of build out and smooth and build out and smooth. So if you're going to do this, make sure you build out a little bit bigger than what you want, because the smoothing will make it a little bit smaller. Okay, here we have the blended version of the way that we made terrain, but with cylinders. This is really nice, and I would suggest this method if you're making really tall terrain. Yes, you can do it for all types of terrain, but this especially works really well because they stack really nicely on top of each other, and then when you use the counterpart to the blend ball, it fills everything in, and then you can smooth it out and make it look gorgeous. One quick thing before we move on, I'm not going to be showing any methods on how to paint with this tutorial. This is because I encourage you not to paint with VoxleSniper. If possible, I think it would be much better for you to paint with World Edit, or even better, Go Paint. Both of these are a lot better and they provide a lot more options, so if you want a tutorial on those, please leave in the comments saying so. I do plan on making tutorials for that, but it would definitely make my day if I know that you guys really wanted them. Alright, so here we have two spheres just like we did in the beginning. Here I'm actually going to be answering a question. A lot of people that I know actually ask me, how do you get different IDs for different blocks when you're building in VoxleSniper? Unlike World Edit, it doesn't actually register when you do, say, 35:2 or something like that. Because what you have to do is you actually have to add in the two separately. So what you want to do is you're going to put in, so for here it would be /B space B space C, and C is for combo. And then after that, you're going to do /VI space and then your combo number. So if you're going to do purple, you're going to do the combo for purple and so on. And you can look those up really easily, but if you know them, that's awesome, and you can just go ahead and do those. So that's how I got the purple wool here instead of the white wool. Now, here we have a cube. The command for this is /B space V. I honestly do not like making terrain out of cubes because, as it suggests, the terrain gets very blocky, and of course we are in Minecraft. But I just use this when I'm mapping in builds, and this is what I use this for. I tend not to use the box for making terrain very much, but if that's what you want to do, go ahead. To end off this video, I'm going to be showing the line command. This is the command I use all the time when doing organics. The command for this is /BL. I use this a lot when I'm trying to map out the position of my organic. Sometimes I use these also just to get different sizes correctly, and I even map out a lot of my structures with this. One thing that I do all the time is I make the line like you see on the right, and then on the left I place the balls where, say, the elbow is, or where I'm going to put the head for my human organic. Or say I'm going to build a wolf, I'm going to mark out where all the legs and where the torso is, and then I'm going to mark out all the joints with blocks like this. This is just a really good way to mark out what your organic is going to look like, and it's really a lot easier to make changes now than after, when you've spent all this time making your organic look fuller. And yeah, I would just suggest this, and it's just really nice and an easy way to plan out your organics. I really hope you guys learned a little bit from this video. I had some requests to do this, and I knew a lot of people that didn't know how to work this, so I thought I would make this tutorial. I covered some small basics on how to make terrain and how to plan out your organics, and it was really fun and I quite enjoyed it. If you guys want to support my channel, please leave a like on this video, go comment down, and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you guys really want to make my day, you can go and hit that gray button, because when you hit that little bell, it gives you a notification every time that I upload a video so that you won't miss a video. I really hope you guys enjoy the video and have a wonderful day.